Hey everybody, this is the Hollywood Rabbi here with the Parsha Shavua wrap-up for this week. And this week's Torah portion is Parshat Eikev. And that word Eikev means causality. And it comes from the Hebrew word which means heel. So you're to sort of follow the heel in front of you, and it has a reference to following the rules of the Bible. And the thing is not to tread on the laws, but to follow them and not decide which ones you think are the most important, but they're all important, and we need to cherish every single one of these laws because they make the world a lot better place. Imagine a world without the Ten Commandments. Wouldn't be one I'd want to live in. All right, well, this week's portion, we talk about the challenge of creating a society capable of defeating the normal laws of growth and decline of civilization. What do I mean by that? Is the Jewish people were going to get the land of Israel, right? They were talking to them. They were east of the Jordan River, and the reason why they got Israel wasn't necessarily because they were deserving of it. It was because, another reason was because there was a lot of these evil idol worshippers that were causing a lot of immorality, and the Jewish people were supposed to be a light unto the nation with the Ten Commandments. So the great challenge was how could we form a society that will never grow old and burn out? Well, one thing we know for sure, and I'm an educator, and I can tell you that once you tell somebody, good job, you're done, that's when thinking stops. So the Jewish people were told they weren't given the land because they were so great or because they earned it. It was because they had a mission to do, and they needed the land to do the mission. So their challenge was to create a collective identity and responsibility. And how was that done? They were constantly reminded about their past, that they should not forget where they came from. They were slaves in a foreign land for a cruel Pharaoh. So they needed to create a society that was based on justice. And how did they do that? Well, they got to follow the laws. And don't trample on those laws, as we mentioned before, because Eikev means heel. There's a causality. And don't discard the parts that you feel are less important. Justice for all. People need to behave responsibly. No, you're out of order. That's a little quote from a Al Pacino movie there. Justice. People behaving responsibly, following those rules of law and caring for the poor, making sure everyone has dignity. So when they moved into the land, they were, it's not just because they were suffering in the desert and because they were slaves. That's not why they got it. They got it because they had something to prove and something to do to make the world a better place. That was their challenge. Tikkun Olam. Repairing the world. So they were learning that the greatest risk that a society faces is affluence, not necessarily poverty. And we mentioned before, they didn't get the land because they walked through the desert for 40 years and they were slaves. They got the land because people were evil, and they were supposed to do a better job than that. They were supposed to be a light unto the nations. So the only alternative to serving a higher force is serving yourself. And that is the trap that a lot of societies fall into. People focus on serving themselves instead of serving others. And civilization ceases to be what it used to be. And when we think about it, we find that a society that's built on not just belief in God, but faith in something bigger, The belief that tomorrow will be a better day. We as Jewish people believe in happy endings. And if there's not a happy ending, we believe it's not the end. So that's what helps get us through. And faith is what helps stop the decline and fall of a civilization. That's the secret ingredient right there. It's faith, people. So basically, belief in God is the smaller step. The big league is faith in God and belief that tomorrow will be a better place. Without faith, all is lost. All right, well, this is the Hollywood Rabbi wishing you a Shabbat Shalom. We all have a lot to think about and a lot of work to do out there to make the world a better place. Be well, everybody. Be happy, be lucky, and above all, go out there and do something great. Until next time, this is the Hollywood Rabbi wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.